Okay, so happy Thursday. We're gonna do some algorithms today. My favorite way. The best kind of breakfast that I have had lately, algorithms. So definitely to try that out as well. We are going to do some code wars and we'll work it up as we keep going. Okay, what do I want to work on today? Let's do one level 8 and then we're gonna do one level 7. When I do these algorithms, one thing I've been trying to do lately is definitely go for speed. So we'll do this, and then I like that other one. Let's do this one. Okay, so 8, 7, 6. 8, 7, 6, one of each, 8 and 7 and 6. And now we'll end with doing some merge intervals. So yes. So your task is to take two function max and min, depending on the language, that receive a list of integer as input and return the largest and lowest number in that list. Each function returns one number. Perfect? Okay. So let's see. Okay, so you're gonna receive a list of integers, positive and negative, and we're gonna return in this function right here, since it's define def, we're going to define a function called minimum, which takes in the list, and this one's going to return the min value from the list. So say for instance I have an array of 32, 4, negative 3, 57. Okay, here what I anticipate to see for the min value is negative 3. I anticipate to see negative 3 return back as the minimum value. And the reason why that's the minimum value is because, as you know, as we go from the spectrum of negatives, 0, and then positive, negative number is definitely the smallest that you can keep going towards. So here, maximum value here, we're going to same thing. We're going to hold up. Bless me. Okay, so we're going to receive a list of integers as well. Positive and negative, positive and negative, positive and negative. We're going to return the max value from the list. And let's use this example as well. So the max value on this list is 57. The reason why I got to 57 as the max value, because as you know, here, negative numbers, negative numbers, and there's 0, and then there's the positive number. It's not because the max number is here. It's not because it is the biggest number to the right. It's because if you look at the numbers in real life, negative numbers are the smallest, 0, then positive numbers. And then afterwards, okay, so for the minimum value here, one way you can definitely do it is you can, a method. Oh, let me comment that out. Method 1. My mind right now, you can definitely sort the array, and then you can grab the return the first value. You can definitely do it like this, but the time of that with sorting is on log n. And then space wise, it will be constant, because you know you're always going to grab the first value. So that would be O of 1. Times r dot sort, and then you're going to return r of 0. You could definitely do that the same here as well. Method 1. You can sort the array, return the last value, and then that time will still be O of n log n. Space will definitely be O of 1. So we can go ahead and sort this as well, and we're going to return r of r minus 1. r minus 1. It should be minus 1. R minus 1. So r minus 1 is actually saying that we're going to loop around and we're going to grab the last value. Because say for instance, we don't know if it's actually going to be, say for example, in this example right here, line 20, we don't know for sure it's always going to consist of 5 values. So we know for sure that if you do -1, that will always grab the last value in that array. Yes. Okay, but doing this, time is not as good if you look at the big O complexity overall. O of n log n is not the best option to take here. So what we can definitely do is to make it better than n log n, because n log n is like up here and then it's up here. Okay, I'm not gonna do it, but anyways, another method is to go ahead and initialize a value to, in this case, min right here. We're gonna initialize a value and set it to float and set it to infinity. And then we're gonna increment or iterate through the r, iterate through each num in r, check if our num is less than the min value. If so, then we're gonna set that min value to equal that num. Then we're gonna return num. Hi Elder, long time no talk. I hope all has been well. Hopefully today is a chill day for you, considering it's the last day. Hopefully it's chill. So, yeah. And one thing that is always tricky about this minimum function is that you gotta remember that minimum function, you want to set it to positive infinity, because in my mind minimum is equal to negative infinity, but then you definitely don't want to do negative infinity, because then it will always keep returning negative infinity. Oh no, are you the only one? Hopefully you're okay and it's not too severe, and so hopefully it's not too severe. Hopefully you're drinking lots of water, drinking lots of soup. I hope you have some food to help cure you. So yeah, sorry to hear that. Min value, oh, indentation, I gotta remember my indentation. Min value, this is equal to float infinity. So this is how you set the min value to equal infinity. And then we say for num in r, if num, no, you do. Is the infinity? Oh, you do. You do. Video capture. Nope, it's not this one. Window. Nope. Nope. Okay. Okay. Is it better? Hopefully now. Let me know. Yeah, that was bad. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I should see a preview of these things before it happens, but I see you, Elder. You gotta take everybody down with you, huh? Noted. Noted for next time. So, yeah. You gotta let me know. I think you said that you were gonna, good to hear. Okay, good. My screen is much better. That's good to hear. If num is less than min value is equal to num, then we're gonna return what min value is currently holding. Same thing for maximum. So max value float negative neg. Ooh, I don't know if that's how you say it. Infinity negative infinity. No, that doesn't look good either. Elder, do you watch Korean dramas? Yeah, for num in r, if r is greater than max value, then max value oops, not R, but the num, the max value is equal to num. Return max value. Yes. Okay, so by doing this, it's O of n as well, but what made you stop? Come back to the Korean drama world. So okay, this isn't bad because doing this is O of n operation for every num in R. So it wasn't bad. Did you watch part 1, part 2? I liked it. Surprisingly, I liked it. But that love interest was different. So, but otherwise than that, I like the other characters in the background. So, yeah. But fortunately for us, Python has built-in functions that you can go ahead and use, which works for iterable items. So this should return. Let me make sure my indentation is good. Yeah, this should be okay. Max of R. So min and max are functions, pre-built-in functions, and under the hood, it's still doing O of n operation because it's still looking and comparing each iterable item, just less words to write out. Yes. Oh, that was a lot. oh no. And add it in Jane. Edit in Elgo. Can you believe it that it's almost the end of January? Oh, bummer! Has not had. Awesome. Bummer! Wait, is it just like watching series or watching movies? Okay, we're gonna do a 7. So you like building blocks, you especially like building blocks that are squares, and you like even more is to arrange them to a square. However, sometimes you can't arrange them into a square. Instead, you end up with a ordinary rectangle. Those blasted things. If you just had a way to know whether you're working in vain, you just have to check if your number building blocks is a perfect square. Okay. Perfect square. Okay. So this is gonna return true or false. Okay. Receive an integer. Return boolean. Oh, I see. No, I did not know that. I'm sorry, Elder, you're missing out on so much of Korean dramas then. But that's a good thing that you're a terrible watcher at these movies and shows and tutorials, so you're not like deterred. Oh. So that's a good thing. So you can be distracted by something else instead of tutorials and movies and shows. Return boolean. True if it is a square. Else false. False. Hi, Snowflake. Oh, I see. I think, yeah, so it seems like you're a front-end developer. Feel free to let us know. What your thoughts are too, Elder. Yeah, because Elder, the way what I am telling Snowflake, and feel free to let me know if you have a different opinion, Elder. But since you are working on front end as a front end developer, and you're working on JS and React JS, JS is the perfect way to go ahead and start your DSA. So I actually started in JavaScript for DSA, so. Yeah, I should probably go back to JavaScript because the way that I'm learning right now is I am just going all in on JavaScript, TypeScript, because I feel like those two languages are similar, and then also Python. So which I'm doing now, Python. So I'm definitely going all in on these two languages, and I should probably go back and secrete that. So JavaScript is still a great way to start. I think you should definitely do it, Snowflake. Feel free to let me know if you have other suggestions, Elder, for Snowflake. So, yeah. We're gonna return Boolean. Okay, so essentially what a square is, I know, so if I'm looking at the examples they provided here, a square is something that you can multiply by this, you multiply one number twice, and that is squared. So we need to do a reverse of that. Into reverse of a square, you need to find the square root. Because say for instance, if I want to get, okay, for this example, an example in my mind, 49, that will be 7 times 7. So this should return true. So we need to find the square root of, find the square root. I agree, yeah, because the way I got a little bit better, yeah, I agree with what you stated, Elder, because the way I got better with Python is definitely doing more code wars and trying to get more well versed with it. So I highly recommend you to check out like code wars to understand different syntax, because I learned a lot of like Pythonic ways to write. That's what they call it in Python too, to make sure your code is Pythonic. So I learned a lot of the syntax from doing code wars and also doing some projects on the side as well. So I highly recommend you to do that. So, and it seems like you have started already because you're doing that with React. So yeah, find the square root of, find the square root of n and see if it has any remainder, then we can return false, else we can return true. Because as you can see, 7 times 7, 7 goes into 49 7 times with no remainder left over. But if we had like a 26 example, 26, 5 can go into it 5 times, but then we have one remainder left over. So this should return false. And so finding the square root, find the square root Oh, yeah, I do. I feel the same way too as well, Snowflake. I do feel a little overwhelmed. I do feel like a lot of people, um, I do feel like a lot of people are looking for people with skills in Java and C++. But yeah, I think, oops, you can see my inky. Oh no. Just pressing all sorts of buttons here. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. And I hope you don't feel overwhelmed. I think you have to choose whichever language you're best in and whichever language that you're doing. And because I feel like although you should do it in Java or C++, I have heard it's very verbose. But despite it being verbose, I think it shows that you're continuing to hone in on your language and you're going deep into that knowledge. So you're understanding the fundamentals, understanding what's happening under the hood of all these methods. So that's what I've heard. I'm sorry to hear. I do feel that way, but I choose to ignore all these noise. I call it noise because although I should be learning Java or C++, I do want to hone in on very specific languages. There are a lot of opportunities out there for JavaScript, so don't give up on that. Just keep going with the JavaScript. Yeah. I have heard that they said they recommend to go ahead and do algorithms in Python because if you do algorithms in Python, it's not as verbose. You don't get any extra credit points for doing it in Java or C++. So that's why I went with Python because Python does have a lot of more built-in functions. So not trying to influence you, not trying to persuade you to quit JavaScript, but yeah, definitely keep at it. Yes. Don't get too caught up with well, for me, I don't know if it's the same for you, but I hope you don't get too caught up with it then. Yeah, I think Java's a good backend to learn. I just heard it's a lot more items you kind of have to clean up with what is it called? Memory pointers? Memory pointers. Because I know in C++, there are a lot of pointers that you have to clean up so you have to prevent it from memory leak. No, wait. Java's built in with that, I think. So, yeah. Yeah, and also another thing that heavily influences me to go towards Python is my local job market. A lot of them are looking for people with Python languages. So definitely look into your local job market to see what they are looking for as well. Yes, pointers. In Java too, right? C++ for sure, but Java too, right, Elder? Yeah. Square root. I don't know what Python does. Oh, they don't. But Java has the principles of garbage collection and memory leak too, right? Or because Java takes care of that under the hood, right? Square root Python. Math.square root. Okay. So we're gonna import. Sorry, I don't know what that square root function was called. I don't really use square root function, so that's my fault. So we're gonna import the math library. Import math, and then when we do that, we can do return math dot square root of n. Okay. Let's do this in a list. Not list component. Let's do this in a ternary. Return true if if math dot square root and mod 2. No. If I think it return true if math dot square else return else false. So this is a ternary expression Python. Oh, you have a little C++ knowledge. Yes. A friend of mine is talking about vector and pointers, and I was like, oh, that's interesting that C++ does that. Oh, that's so interesting. Leaf disease detection. Please tell me more about it. Do you have like robotics? That Elder, have you heard about CES conference? I was mind blown. It came up on my Instagram and TikTok, and I was like, the items they're building at CES. I was like, this is definitely the future. No, darn it. Okay, import math domain error. Okay, so it's saying the value error. Did I not use this function correctly? One thing I'm getting better at, Elder, you should attend next year. If I don't know how often they do it. I don't know how often they do it, but oh my goodness, it was so crazy to see, and you get to try those stuff. So, have you ever gone to one? Okay, so I'm getting better at reading error messages, and I hope to write a blog about all the error messages, because as a beginner, I used to ignore them. I'm like, what do you mean? But okay, so value error, math domain error. This means that it's probably not receiving a value back from this function. And I wonder if I incorrectly used it wrong. Import math. We're going to do math.square root of 49. Is it because... Yes, I saw that. Did you... I wouldn't doubt that it is expensive because it's the newest technology. I saw they had this cute little furry animal. I think that's what it's called, and it's called Empath. And it listens to you, and I think it's called Empath or Empathetic, but it basically like listens to you and you can talk to it. And I'm like, oh my god, that's adorable. That's how, oh my goodness. That's how I feel about Render. Have you seen their tickets? But I heard Render's worth it though. So I'm excited for it. So bummer that you can't go. Yes, June. Yes, middle June. My value, return true if math.square root. I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. Let me... It's saying my value is a math domain error. Is it because there's a zero? Okay, because it's a zero. But a zero should be okay. It did bring up a zero here. Even zero is valid to pass for the math.square root function. Yes, Furby. That'd be the right word. Yes. I think it listens to you, and it also, I almost want to say it responds to you. Something like that. Honestly, Furbies kind of scares me. That is pretty cool, Snowflake. That is pretty cool. Have you talked about it on the internet at all? That is a pretty cool thing to talk about, to definitely mention, bring it up. I'm proud for you guys too. And I didn't do any of the research. So I was like, yeah, because that's pretty cool for you to do that with the algorithm. And you said mainly you use Python to help you train that algorithm to learn to detect the disease. Because that's pretty cool. You're the worst, Elder. I hate younger brothers like you. I have one younger brother. So, oh, you definitely probably like raised your sister's blood pressure. Ah, younger brothers, I tell you. Okay. I just want to see math.square root of it. Okay, so -1. Oh, okay. -1. Oh, you know what it is? Okay, that is my fault. Okay, -1. Nice! Snowflake, are you posting about this on social media at all? Are you on anywhere? I'd love to read more all about it because that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited for you. Have you posted on LinkedIn? Have you posted on like X or Blue Sky? I would love to know more. Math.square root of is greater than 0. Okay, return true if math.square root of n is greater than 0. I'm gonna go ahead with greater than 0. So I was almost thinking that I need to say if n is less than 0, then we're gonna return false. But is there couldn't I condense that into here? Nope. Okay, just kidding. So then if n is less than 0, we're gonna return false. Okay. Yeah, less than 0. It should... Okay, if n is less than 0... Yeah, just to make sure I understand what CNN is. It's not the news broadcasting area, is it? Could you please help explain what CNN stands for? If math.square root number 3 is not a square root number. Okay. If mod... Oh, okay. If math.square root of n, it should return... Okay. We need to make sure that the square root number return back. So it'll always be returning back a number, despite it being not a square number. Like 70.5 is not a square number, as you can see here. But we need to check if it's a whole number. Oh, I see. Yeah, I love to see like the web development part that you did to it. Oh, I see. Is that a online tool that you can go ahead and use? The convoluted neural network. Is it kind of like a framework or library? I am intrigued. That is integer. To check if it's a whole number is integer Python. Type A is instance. Yeah, is instance. That is instance of int. A float object has... Why does 0 return a float? Would you like to continue doing it in ML, Snowflakes? Because ML, with AI and everything going on right now, ML seems like a big hot thing right now too, along with AI. Why does 0 give me a float? Maybe that's not what I'm looking for. I want to see... how to check if it's a whole number. Okay, so 1.23. How to check if it is a whole number? Python. Is integer. You still can, Snowflake. Don't give up on yourself. You can still work at in robotics. Yes. Okay, finally. Okay. Is integer was what I was looking for, because I'm basically trying to look for a whole number. 7.0, that's a whole number instead of 7.234. Okay. Elder, you totally could. Don't give limitations to yourself, you guys. You could totally do it. I definitely think you guys can too. I see. Yeah, so it seems like you've been working a lot with React. So Yeah, have you been posting? So have you been developing a lot more front-end designs and all that stuff? Have you done any like front-end mentors? I kind of like them for the idea of designs and layouts. Yeah. For sure. I know. I'm getting somewhere, Elder. Just kidding. You've been with it. Yeah, you've been with me from the beginning, so this never happened before. That's funny. Elder, I think you were telling me once upon a time that you're submitting a CFP, and how did it go? Oh, I see. Okay, so what I did, my code was similar to this. Yeah, how'd you like front end masters? I always keep thinking, is it front end masters, mentors? Computer vision. That's fun, Elder. So I was just curious, Elder. I guess I never really knew what you did for a profession. How do you get to see the output of what your code does? Because as with web dev, you can actually like see it on like web pages and whatnot. Like, how do you get to see your output? By the way, return. You're gonna return n if it's greater than -1. Oh, okay. So this is a Boolean expression. So by saying that n is greater than -1, so this handles the -1 case, and math.square root is equal. So this is a Boolean expression right here. Yeah, a movie app. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I thought about doing a movie app before too, and I think that's pretty cool. I try using. What kind of API are you gonna use for that, Snowflake? Once upon a time, I tried using, yeah, the movie database API. That's what the one API I was using another time. And this will help get you, I think it should help get you the most updated movies. If you're interested, of course. Unless you're using a different API. I can't remember if it was free. I think it was free for certain parts. But I don't think you can like, yeah. But yeah. OMDB. OMDB. I don't think I ever heard of that. Oh, I see. I was using a different one. Yeah, this one is free, right? Examples. It gives you the latest, correct? Yeah. With the component, my specializations in interfacing, allowing users. Elder, you're so funny. Is QA pretty harsh? Hopefully they're not too harsh on you. That's so funny, Elder. Okay. Changing my name color, coincidence is tripping me. Okay. When you say interfaces, Elder, is there a specific interface? Because when I think about interfaces, I think about like mobile and web. Is that the interfaces you're talking about, Elder? Oh, I see. Then yes, the bar isn't. So it's a little. You can get by a little bit more. That's so funny. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, one thing I've been trying to relearn again this week is definitely intervals. If you ever heard of intervals, they are not fun. Well, I don't think they are as much. So let's see. So we're gonna receive. Is that like a game console application? If you do it through a console application, is that like similar to like a game setup ish? A list of, we're gonna receive a list of lists. So within these merge intervals right here. Oh, you did. Yeah, I post on Twitter a lot too. So I post on Twitter a lot of things I am working on or thinking about or whatever's happening. So, hey, yeah. Small world that you know Elder. It seems like you know Elder too, Snowflake. So, I see. Oh yeah, well I've been trying to stream a lot more because one, it definitely helps me like solidify what I'm learning with algorithms, especially. Yeah, on the weekends I hope to stream a little bit more with creating projects. Another thing that streaming does that I find very helpful is explaining my thought process. I think that's one thing that I want to get better at to make sure that my point comes across well and well conveyed and well received, of course. So, yeah, I think that's been helping me stream, and I just also like streaming and showing what's up, what's going on. So, do you stream as well, Snowflake? I've been trying to tell Elder that he needs to stream too. So, I would definitely watch you, Elder. You should. I recommend streaming just for fun. I think you definitely should. So we're gonna return a list back of lists. Okay, so this. Okay, so what intervals are is it contains a start and an end. So let's go ahead and create some start and an end. Oops, not that one. Start and an end, 3, 4, and then we'll do a 10, 12. So what this is in a. You definitely should, Snowflake. I would watch. Elder, that's like me right now, Elder. So welcome to the club. We can do this together. Yeah. I totally watch you, Elder, if you're playing games or whatnot and stuff like that. I totally stop by and watch. So, yeah. So what intervals are is it's a list and it contains a start time and it contains an end time. And so what this algorithm is asking us is to merge all of the overlapping intervals together. And it wants us to return a list back with non-overlapping intervals. I gotta love LeetCode's explanation of things, the non-overlapping intervals. So, or the non-decreasing order. So, yeah, it's been interesting to read them. Elder, I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound right. Elder. Okay, so with intervals, the best way to work with intervals is definitely to see it sorted. And when you see it sorted, we are like this. So this is our original input in this example. And then let me add one more. This isn't as good. We'll do 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know. Bummer. No, I don't like out of you explaining it. Just kidding. Okay, 1 2 3. So 1 2 3. Okay, so as you can see, the best way to work with intervals is definitely to make sure you see it sorted. So I'll definitely go ahead and sort all of this information. And another way, just for you guys today, I will paint out this image. 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Best way, I love these intervals 1 2 3. So this part right, oops, let me comment out all this stuff. 1 2 3. So this is for 1 to 3, their first interval. I did not know that. Honestly, I haven't been around long enough then. Are you saying all I can do is just make money by being in a bathtub? I did not know that. And we're gonna do the same for here, 3 to 4. Five through 8. And then we have one more. Oh, I'm happy for you, Snowflake. I'm happy that you took like initiative steps and life has started to come around a little bit. I definitely agree. One thing I found out as like I've been doing more of this tech journey is just definitely don't do it alone. There are a lot of people who are going through the same journey as you. So you're not alone. Yes, yes. Yeah, and I'm happy that you took initiative yourself to go out there and make some moves, and now you started surrounding yourself with good people. So I'm happy for you, Snowflake. Agree, Elder. It's not fun. It's not fun. I love that, Snowflake. All in all, the best way to live life is to have control over it. So I love that for you. Let's see. So based on my drawing here, you can see that there is there is a clash right here at 3. So this will merge into 1 to 4. Yes. Yes. Unfortunately, yes. I did hear a really good quote that says that when it's too sunny out, then everything will get dry. So you do need a little bit of rain to keep everything balanced, you could say. So unfortunately, those days will come. So, and it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. And they will come. Take it slow. Take it easy. Yes. So based on this drawing here, 1 and 4 should merge together. There's no conflict from 5 through 8. And then there's no conflict from 10 to 12. 5 through 8. 10 through 12. Yes. Agree, Elder. Oh, I'm happy to hear that, Snowflake. Feeding off of your energy. So I'm happy to hear that for you. Okay, so based on what we did, best way to do this is to go ahead insert the interval like I mentioned before. Then we're gonna iterate through the list of intervals. Actually, what we're gonna do, since we need to return a result of list back, after sorting, so initialize a result list with the first result, with the first interval from the sorted interval. Then we're going to iterate through the rest of the array, the intervals, or the list. We're going to iterate through the rest of the list. And now we're going to compare the end time with start time. I hate these. But we're going to compare, check if the start time of the next interval is less or equal to the end time. Check if start time is less than or equal to end time of the previous interval. If so, let's merge them together by taking the max of either this end time or this end time. Max of end time of, by taking the max of end time of the first interval or previous interval. Oh, okay. That is running off the page. Let me put it here. Yes! Oh my goodness, I hate the indentation. Oh, I haven't done anything in a Jupyter compiler yet, but indentations with algorithms, they're tough. They're tough to remember. I'm like, what's going on? It's working, but my return will be inside of my function, or it'll be like way further inside or something. So yes, I get that. Okay, then else, if it's not a merge conflict, we can go ahead and just add interval to the list. Oh, you're so right. And you'll just do it. Hi, Betsy MP. Long time no see. I want to tell you, I did register for that LeetCode, what was it? LeetCode contest. But then I didn't do so hot. But it's okay. I really wanted to try after you told me to. And I hope it's okay if I say it. But I think they show you the previous questions to it as well. But the first question was about partitions, and I'm like, I've seen this. I know what partitions are, but it's been a while since I worked with one, so it didn't go hot. So Snowflake, that is me. So Betsy MP, now I know that I can just format the code. Fortunately for me too as well, for the Visual Studio Code, I've been using black, I believe that's what it's called, to help make it pretty and take care of my indentation for me. So yeah. Interval to the list, and then we're gonna return the result interval. Okay, so let's go ahead and sort this. Intervals.sort. So we're gonna do intervals.sort. And then we're gonna do, yes, talk about the nerves. I was nervous, but CMP, I was like, okay, I should probably just cancel. I won't do it. I won't continue with it. But now I know and get an understanding feeling of it. So yes, it seems like it will always consist of 1 easy questions, 2 medium, and 1 hard. Yeah, I was also kind of looking at other, there's a ranking, I believe you can see, of where you stand, or how much like they completed. I think there's like a ranking that goes on, and I was like, oh my gosh, somebody already completed the first one already. So but I was like, I can't look at this stuff right now. It's a lot of pressure. Yeah. Okay, this is key lambda key. So we're going to create an anonymous function here, and I want to tell it, let's go ahead and sort it by start time. But by the way, how did you do for that leak code contest? So we're going to start it by the start time. And then we're going to say result is equal to intervals of the first one from intervals. So as you can see, what's a good case? Let me make another case for you guys here. Let's do another one here. 4, 5. Let's do 1, 2, 3. We'll do 10. Oops. Forgot to put that in the list. 10, 12. Okay. So let's go ahead and print. Oh, I didn't even put a print there. Okay. Lambda equals key. Okay, that's my fault. Key equals lambda. This will do an anonymous function, and we're going to print out results, which I anticipate to see the first array after it's all sorted. Yep, perfect. So this has been sorted. As you can see, it was 4, 5, 1, 3, 10, 12, but now it is 1, 3, which is perfectly what we want, because we want, so we know for sure intervals are sorted, and then we know that we're grabbing the first interval from that sorted intervals. Afterwards, let's go ahead for I in range of 1 through all the rest of the intervals. The reason why we're starting at 1 is that we already captured that first interval, which is index 0. So we can start at index 1. And here, let's go ahead and destructure start and this is equal to intervals of I, and then we're going to compare it to the previous one, which is here, and then we're going to say previous start, previous end is equal to result is equal to I, and now we're going to compare. Yeah, how often do you stream, by the way? I saw you stream a couple days ago. I was gonna join, but then I didn't get the opportunity to. We're gonna check now if start is less than or equal to previous end. So we're gonna compare. So right now I have start, because we're starting in range 1. We already capture 1, 3 in that results. And then now we're going to compare, hey, we're going to look at this start time compared to this end time right here. Are you less than or equal to? If so, then we need to update the end results to equal the max of previous end, end, or end. Yes, come back again, Snowflake, or maybe I'll get the notification to join you sometime. So hopefully to see some of you do some more stuff too. So yeah. Oh, that's adorable. Sounds good, Elder. Else there's no merge conflict. Aw, which one is that one? Who wants your attention the most right now? Okay. Return results. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and walk through my example here. So say for instance, we're looking at case 3 right now, and then so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and sort it all by the start time with this anonymous function right here. So it's going to grab all of our start time right here, and it's going to resort it everything. Oh, I see. Aw. Totally understandable. Okay. So yeah. So let's see. I have to grab a charger. As you see, my laptop battery is about to not make it. Be right back. Okay, so yes, so we're gonna go ahead and sort it, and then now we're gonna go ahead and aww, that's cute, Older. That's cute. Does she knows that? Does she just like come and lay on your shoulders? So we're going to initialize a result array, and we're going to capture the first interval in it, and then we want to go ahead and start at the next index over, and we're going to compare our starts. This one will be 4, 5. This one should be 1, 3, 1, 3. Same snowflake. I was like, the idea of having a pet would be cute and just something to look forward to, but I gotta take care of me first. I gotta put me first. If you get that meme, so. Okay. 1, 3. Okay, so now we're gonna compare the start. Oh, sorry. This one should be, yeah, based on this example, 4, 5. Well, I didn't put anything. Test cases. Let me fix this one. And then we'll have another 1 through. Let's do 1 through 4. Now we're gonna do result of I. I don't think result of I would be negative the previous result and that end. So my list is out of range. Result, that is my fault for putting I. -1. I wanted to refer to the last array in that result list. Sorry, I need to stop saying list and array interchangeably. Return result. That's my fault. Maybe better mnemonic way of saying this is results. Results. Instead of just singular, it will be plural. More mnemonic. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about time and space complexity, because I definitely need to work a little bit better on time and space complexity. So time-wise, for this, you can see that we're sorting here, which is O of n log n. And then now we're going to head and iterate through each interval here, which is definitely O of n. For each interval, we're looking through each intervals and intervals here. And then we're appending. This will be constant because we're always adding to the end. So, but overall, the time complexity of this would be O of n log n. So, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, if you have a different thought, O of this space here will be O of n for every n amount of intervals we have to keep adding to the results list. So let's go ahead and submit it. Copy. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So they added to my GitHub. commit-m added merge intervals. Yeah, next week I will be working on trees. So, binary trees. And yeah, we'll keep working on binary trees, but then binary search trees, and then, yeah, we'll definitely keep working up and doing more. I feel like I have another interval questions here. Linco 920. I don't know if you know about this website called LintCode, but then LintCode here gives you some access to premium LeetCode algorithms. So I've only, yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and do this one called meeting rooms. So meeting rooms here is given an array of meeting time intervals consisting of start and end times, determine if this person can attend all meetings. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what we are working with, what kind of data structures we're working with. We are gonna receive a list of lists. We're gonna return true if person can make all meetings, else false. And here in this example right here, we can say that if a person only has a meeting from 0 to 30, then that means that they can return all meetings because they only have a meeting from 0 to 30. So there's no conflicts. So we know for sure that if they only have a meeting of one, a list of one, that means they can definitely make it. Otherwise, if we have another example from 15 to 45, and then 55 to 75. I know that's not in real hours and times right now, but picture it as it is. And then we have another one from 30 to 60. So as you can see, what we'll do here is we'll go ahead and sort by start time again. So this one will be 30, 60, 55, 75. So as you can see, 15 to 45, and then there's 30 to 60. There is a conflict right here. So this should return false. Okay, so let's take a ahead and look at this. As I meant, okay, so for sure the edge cases is that if the meet interval's length is 1, less than 1, then 2, because less than is exclusive of that number, then we can return true. Else what we need to do is sort the intervals by start time. We're going to sort the intervals by start time. Then we're going to go ahead and iterate through the intervals. We're going to check if the end time, we're going to check if the end time of the next meeting, is less than or equal to start time of current meeting. Else we're going to return false. Else after checking everything, we can just return true because we know for sure there's no meeting conflicts. So let's go ahead and type this out. If intervals, if length of the intervals is less than 2, we can just return true. Else what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead the length of the interval is less than 2, return true. Otherwise, and then we're going to sort the intervals like we stated before. Key equals lambda, xn. We're going to sort by the start time. For I in range length of the intervals, we're going to say that if intervals of I of the start time, so I in 0, that will grab the 0 there will grab the first value from that list. grab the first value in that list, and we're going to compare to see if it's less than or equal to intervals of I plus 1 to the next interval. I plus 1. If we do I plus 1, I'm just thinking, what if we reach the end? I plus 1, will that cause us to go out of range? If I plus 1, it will, wouldn't it? It will. It will. Return false. False. Return true. Okay. Let's go ahead and run it here. In my Python, do I have anything else? Okay, so I don't have a print, which is perfect. Okay, so we will I was learning about heaps there. Let's do another one. Play.py. Devkin 10 meetings. It's gonna meetings. It's gonna take a list of intervals, and then we're gonna state what we stated earlier. If the length of intervals, if length of intervals is less than 2, return false. Otherwise, we're gonna say intervals dot sort key equals lambda. And we're going to sort on the starting time. And then we're going to say that for I in range of length of intervals, we're going to say that, hey, if the start time, if intervals of I of 0 is less than or equal to intervals of I plus 1, the next one of their end time, then return false. Else, we're going to return true. We don't really need that else. We can just say return true like this. And let's go ahead and print can attend meetings with some examples. Okay, so this one, I want to test it with just 1. We're going to cd into Jan. Okay, I already am. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to do Python play. We're going to call our... my lambda doesn't exist. Key equals lambda. Lambda. Okay, but I think for this example, I think I can do intervals dot sort. Okay. Int object is not subscriptable. My int object is not subscriptable. If intervals I plus 1, I'm saying, hey, look over to the next meeting. Print current intervals of I with the 0. This should work. Should be what? Can attend meetings. Okay, so that doesn't work. Print intervals of I. Before we get there, let's go and print. Let's debug this. Okay, so current 3, 4. Yes, perfect. And then we can do 0. Perfect. Okay, so it hates it when I do the 0. My type. Intervals of I and 0. I would anticipate that to grab my first value in the array. I in range, intervals of 0. Wait a second. So if I do current of I, it only brings me 3 and it looks at 4. If length of the intervals. That is interesting because I would have anticipated this would have caught it. Did I spell intervals wrong? No, because it should have immediately caught it here, saying that if the interval's length is less than 2, why did it capture it here as false? You know what it is? It's this. Because it's a list of lists. That's why. It should have caught. Yes. Okay. Sorry, we just celebrate every little win. Algorithms are fun but tricky. Okay, I forgot to put it as a list of lists. Okay. Yes. Okay. Perfect. And now we should go here. And we'll have... Let's do a 3, 6. 3, 6. And we're having... Oh, let me close that one before I forget. 3, 6. I'm going to do a 1, 4. In this, as you can see, the 4 is greater than the 3 of the start time. So I anticipate to see this being a 1, 6. Return back. So, which is false. Sorry, I was thinking a 1, 6 because I was thinking about merging it back. But 1, 4. So this is perfect. Perfect. Okay, yeah, but overall for this example here, the fact that we did sort it will be all time. It will be all of n log n space. It will be all of 1. Because all we're returning back is just boolean values, true or false. So that'd be all of 1. The fact that we're sorting it would be all of n log n. Okay, commit dash m, added in intervals. Round of applause for everybody today.